Hi, my name is Kulluk-Rennert and this is my presentation for Assignment 1A Project Proposal. Royal Botanic Gardens Victoria is one of the world's leading botanic gardens and a centre of excellence for horticulture, science and education. It extends over two locations, Melbourne and Cranbourne, and incorporates the National Herbarium of Victoria. The gardens are dedicated to the conservation, display and enjoyment of plants. The garden's vision is a flourishing community and healthy planet sustained and enriched by plants to make an enduring contribution to this vision through iconic landscapes, horticultural excellence and scientific eminence. Their mission is to use two remarkable gardens, innovative science and skills at sharing knowledge to help the community understand and value plants. The purpose of an annual report is to provide information on a company's mission and history and summarize the company's achievements in the past year. So the purpose of this annual report is to set the strategic vision of the gardens, highlight their significant outcomes and challenges throughout the period of 2017 to measure performance against previous use criteria and to review budget outcomes. The target audience for this annual report is major sources of funding, including the government, corporate sponsors, members of the RBGV Association, and general public. In this slide, you see my proposed table of contents. The annual report will comprise of 4 sections and each section will have subsections. The introduction section will open the report with the chairman's foreword and the director's welcome and will continue with the year in focus, the garden's vision and mission and values. The second section will mention about the organization while the third section will share financial information on their performance. The report will finish the gardens with the garden supporters such as the Royal Botanic Gardens Foundation Victoria and friends and volunteers. Here are some examples that display best practice. The first 3 examples have unique ways to show the contents page with versatile grid work. It is flexible and provides several opportunities to show the content. Simple but effective infographics and illustrations engage the reader and help complex information understood easily. Narrower grid allows the reader to follow the text more easily while enabling effective and creative information hierarchy. Effective use of grid also builds a harmonious combination of text and images, and plenty of white space is easy on eyes. Annual reports contain critical information about an organization, but this doesn't mean that the publication has to be boring. In fact, most organizations have started to move from one-type cliché reports to more engaging and interesting ones. In these examples, there is a clear, sympathetic, welcoming look with modern and clean lines and muted colors. Non-linear presentation with effective use of grid work creates interest, while the combination of serif and sans-serif fonts create elegance. As I am based in Canberra, I visited the Australian National Botanic Gardens to take photos and draw inspiration for my publication. I pulled out a colour palette from the photo of a waratah plant I've taken there and created a bright and bold, contrasted, dynamic and illustrated concept. For the second concept, however, I created a colour palette from a photo of a grevillea. This time I aimed at generating a calm and relaxing look and feel throughout the publication with muted and earthy colours, curvy lines and gentle and organic textures. This concept appeals to me the most. I researched several grid designs and settled on a 6x6 modular grid. This grid design is versatile as the text can be laid out in 2s, 2 4s, 3 3s or a full 6 grid form. It also makes it easier to sometimes break the rules. The document has 5mm bleed on all sides, which is a usual requirement. Margins set out 20mm on the outside and at the top of the spread and 25mm on the inside and at the bottom. Weighting upwards added advantage of leaving a small amount of extra room at the bottom for page numbers. Below you can see some examples of how some text could be laid out. In researching typography, I have experimented with several typefaces and decided on a combination of serif and sans-serif fonts that offer many variations in styles. The slightly dated look of Bodoni and the modern and sleek look of Futura complement each other nicely and appeal to me the most. I have made a few draft cover designs that follow the concept number 2. I made some botanical hand sketches inspired by the photos I've taken, vectorized them on Adobe Illustrator and applied the color palette that I generated. I played with the size and placement of the text, and the most relaxing and appealing design is the third one, where the title flows vertically word by word. Thank you for listening.